Most people that hold cryptocurrency don't understand the pain that a lot of people have gone through, right? And that's including me. I don't understand the pain that Bitcoin holders have gone through, people that mine Bitcoin, that held a lot of Bitcoin back in the day, to see that progress as far as it progressed to. People today don't understand that pain, and they think that everything's going to be sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies through the altcoin season and as they're looking to gain a lot more. When you invest $1,000 and you have the potential chance to turn that into millions of dollars, it's a tough road, right? Because $1,000 is a decent amount of money, but then turning that into 2,000 is a heck of a lot of money, and it feels great. But then turning that into 10,000, it's a ridiculous amount of money, right? Compared to what you invested, that's a 10x, right? You should be happy with those gains, and many people will be. Many traditional investors will say, take what you have right now and just call it quits. Be happy with what you have. When in reality, those same people will hold on to that for longer and longer periods of time. The reason why is because traditionalists hold on to investments for years and decades, right? So telling you to sell something, it just shows that they don't really understand the market itself. That they think the market is going to go to zero. So it's been a tough road for any Bitcoin holder, and anybody that tells me that they've been holding Bitcoin since 2015 or 2013 or whatever, right? If they tell me that they've been holding it for a long time, I don't only say congratulations, I say that takes guts, right, to hold on to it for that long, because the amount of questioning that comes from everybody else that sees that you hold Bitcoin during that time. When you get to the end and you're like, things are great, everybody's congratulating you. Everybody's like, wow, you have a lot of money here. But no one understands the amount of pain and struggle that you've gone through by seeing it make these moves. So I want to talk about in this video why I believe that majority of XRP holders now will not be an XRP millionaire, right? And I'm going to explain exactly why, right? I'm not saying that you don't have the opportunity or that you cannot. I'm saying that you will not. And it's a reason that goes back generations. It goes back many of different sectors and investments and years and centuries, honestly, and however long investments have been around, which honestly, if you look at it, investments in land, if you just held land and went to where it is today, obviously you would be at a much better place. But I want to talk to you about this and give you my reasoning as to why many people aren't going to become that XRP millionaire that they want to be. So if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Now, also, make sure you check out my link for BTCC. This is a platform that I've been able to utilize for the short term to make some decent money. Not saying like I'm making thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars, but I'm making hundreds of dollars, tens of dollars here and there on $10 investment, $20 investment, because I am making leverage trades. So feel free to check it out. Make sure you understand leverage trading before you dive into it, but you get a 10% deposit bonus when you specifically use my link. You'll also get extra bonuses up to $10,055, 40% lower trading fees. And if you want to leverage trade all the way up to a 500x leverage, you can. I don't recommend it, but you can do it if you want to. Now, XRP currently stands at $2.33. We have a $137 billion market cap with a $3 billion volume day. Total supply, you're looking at 100 billion, 58.62 billion in circulation. Now, when I talk about XRP, I love to talk about the fact that you have the opportunity to become an XRP millionaire. That while you invested, say the people in the beginning, when I started really talking about it when it was at 39 cents, and growing up to 50 cents and people making moves there, gathering tens or hundreds or even millions of XRP, you have an opportunity, right? And you had an opportunity. The people that I know that had 900,000 XRP no longer have that 900,000 XRP. Why? They talked a big game about holding to $100 per coin, but it didn't live in reality, right? Reality is you spent 50,000, maybe 100,000 on buying this XRP. Maybe it could have been even more, a little bit more, depending on where you bought. It could have been a little bit less, depending on where you bought. But you spent 50,000, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands on this position. Now it gets to a level of $2, $3, almost $4, right? You now have almost $3 million on your hands, if not $3 million on your hands. You turned 100,000 or a couple 100,000 into millions of dollars. How does that feel? Feels fantastic. So those people no longer have 900,000. Now, did they get rid of all of it? No, but they got rid of a good portion of it just to be able to capture $1 million worth of profit. Right? This is the reality that we live in, and I think people tend to ignore. Just because you invested $1,000 doesn't mean that you're more willing to hold to get to $1 million than the next person. If you invested $1,000 into this play and you can essentially turn that into $1 million, the time period from 1,000 to 1 million, it feels like forever, right? And it feels like when you get to 50,000, it feels like a 50x gain. When you get to 100,000, it feels like a 100x gain. What's stopping you from taking $20,000? What's stopping you from taking $30,000? Nothing. And most people will do so, right? Most people will say, this is astronomical gain. I'm going to take all of it. So then they do that. And what does that do for them? They end up selling way too early compared to, what its peak point is. And I'm not going to knock anybody's game. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't sell a position because you made profit. By all means, take your profit. But when I say that majority of you aren't going to become a millionaire, it's because you're going to have the opportunity to become a millionaire, but you're going to take your profit as it comes. Not a bad thing, not frowning upon it, but I'm just speaking facts. The reality is that majority of people that held Bitcoin from the beginning sold at $400, sold at $1,000, $2,000. When it got up to $20,000 the first time, majority of those people sold, right? It went up to $20,000 and then dropped down to $2,000. What does that mean? If the position drops, that means people are selling. Going to $20,000 is amazing, and they made so much money from it. And I'm not going to be mad at you for doing that. But those same people that sold at those levels are also complaining and saying, I should have never sold that much at those times. You sold what you sold, and that's how life works, right? And the same thing's going to go for XRP. When XRP right now is at a level of $2.33, it doesn't mean that you're going to hold everything that you hold while it's at a level of $10, $20, $30, right? And if you want to take all of it, by all means, take all of it. But what I suggest, right, the thing that I suggest is that you build yourself an exit plan, right? I have an exit plan strategy to where I talk about how much I can gain in XRP. Am I going to gain multiple tens of millions of dollars from XRP? No, I don't necessarily need that. And I don't want that. I don't want to go a long time where I'm holding this XRP for such a long time, years, maybe even a decade. You never know, right? It could be that long to where you're trying to see XRP get to a peak point that you're satisfied with. I'm satisfied with gaining gains as time goes on. And if I have forever cryptocurrencies for the end goal, I will have those forever cryptocurrencies for the end goal. So I think what you should do is gather an exit plan, take your whatever coins you have, and be able to just input them into different prices. So if you want to take 100,000 at $5, you can and get $500,000. If you want to take however much, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 at a $10 price point, do it. But set yourself an exit plan so you're happy with what you're doing as time goes on. This doesn't mean that you physically cannot become a millionaire. What I'm saying is not that you're going to be broke and you're never going to become a millionaire. No, it means that you'll have the opportunity to become a millionaire, but you're going to settle on what you see as a substantial gain, as a life-changing gain, which I'm okay with. If it's changing your life and making your life better, then I'm okay with it. If it's paying off your debt, that's a good thing, right? You're paying off that debt. You no longer have debt. You only have to worry about the bills that you have. Student loans, personal loans, credit cards, whatever. it's doing the right thing for your financial future. Is it setting you up for financial freedom? Probably slowly, but it is setting you up for that financial freedom. Is it going to give you everything you ever dreamed of right away? Nothing will ever do that. So don't think that even if you have $20 million, that it's going to give you everything you ever dreamed of, because it's not, right? The things that you should look forward to is making sure you are financially free, that you have no debt obligations. And if your gains can do that for you, then it's a good deal. So you could become an XRP millionaire, but I think you need to space it out to give you that opportunity over time to do so, by not selling everything. But if you need to sell some of it in order to obtain profit, in order to pay off debt, then do it. I'm not going to be mad at you, right? I'm doing the same thing. I'm selling 25% of my position at $5, which is not far from where we are. It's not a ridiculous market cap to get to. A $5 price point is about a $250 to $300 billion market cap, which can easily happen for XRP and will easily happen for XRP. But then as you move on, I still have some left on the table. I still have my forever cryptocurrency that will always sit there, whether it's at $100 or $1,000 or $10,000. It will always sit there so that I can see the max of what I can get with this position. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you believe you'll become an XRP millionaire? I asked this on Twitter. There's a few people that said no. Right? There's a bunch of people that were like, yeah, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. And that's great. I hope that can become a reality. But if you're investing $1,000 and expecting to become a multi-millionaire, I guarantee you're going to be happy with accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's just how that goes. That's how life goes. That's how investing goes. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out my links for BTCC down below, and Twitter and Patreon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.